Hey everybody, I promised earlier today that I was going to show up on live tonight, and I just was working away and I looked at my clock and it's like 9:30. So I'm sorry, it's so late. I got super excited into what I was doing and I lost track of time. But what I wanted to talk about was this whole Facebook Live 5-day challenge. So let me back up a little bit. This last weekend was Easter Sunday. It was full of candy, family. Oh my gosh, so much food. Like I still have heartburn today from all the food I ate. But one of the things we did as a family, and this was always kind of a priority for us, was to go to church on Easter Sunday. So we ended up actually going on Saturday night. And typically when you go to church on Easter, you get the story of the resurrection of Jesus, and it's retold, and we all know what to expect. This is kind of what the story is. But this particular service was kind of different, and it was just really bizarre because it so hit home on the topic that we're covering during the Facebook Live challenge. And so I kind of wanted to share just a little bit with you. So the story was, or the thematic of the message was called Living a Life in Color. And so the pastor talked a little bit about in the olden days, when TV was on black and white, and you had to have a color TV to actually watch the shows that were in color. So even though what they did was they announced before the show started that it was in Technicolor, and even if you had a black and white TV, you couldn't see it. So he was sharing how all the kids would run down the street to go to the one house that had the color TV. And the reason that is because it was so much better, right? Living in color is so much better than living in black and white. So then he moved on and he talked a little bit about what living in black and white might look like. And this is kind of where it hit home. It's just because for me personally, as somebody in online business and as a solopreneur, I'm doing this thing all by myself. I get in these places that is very black and white, and it's really easy to get discouraged. It's really easy to get scared. It's really easy to get overwhelmed, and you just want to throw in the towel. I mean, I wish I had a quarter for every time that I was like, nope, and I turned around and said, this is too hard, or this is too freaking scary, or I'm not doing it. But I don't, and I'm still here. And so I want you to do the same thing. So anyway, real quick, let me just share with you some of the things that he talked about as words that describe what it's like to live in black and white. And so some of these words were waiting. Have you ever been in that state where you're waiting for something to happen? Watching was another word. I have so many vivid memories of not too long ago laying in bed at night before we were about to go to bed and scrolling Instagram and seeing all of these wildly successful women on Instagram killing it. They were killing it financially. They were killing it with their workout programs. They were killing it with their business models. They were killing it as moms. They were doing all of these incredible things. And I would sit there watching, feeling sorry for myself. And it didn't encourage me. It made me feel like crap. And I'd walk away going, well, I don't even know where to start. And so I'm just going to go ahead and turn around. The other things, a couple other words, longing. You know that feeling? You have the capacity to do it, but you don't know how to start, or you haven't taken that first jump. So that longing feeling, confusion. And then this one is my favorite. The word is existing. Have you ever felt like days go by and all you did was exist? And I so know that feeling. And it's like weeks go by, months go by, and you look back and say, what did I do to go after my passion? What did I do to change the world? What did I do? And sometimes there's not a lot. And I get it. And I know that. I know that feeling. So on the flip side, when you choose to live in color, these are some of the words that describe that. Choosing, having a choice. So saying, I want to do this because I have the ability to do that and I'm going to take action. Accomplishing. Oh my gosh, what a great word. So you put yourself out there, you set a task for yourself, and you go and you do it. The other word, experiencing. So when I'm laying on my bed scrolling through Instagram and I'm watching these people have these experiences and do these incredible things either in their business or with their family or in their day job. Now that would be me experiencing that. I'm going through that experience. Clarity comes with living your life in color. And the last one, which is my favorite, is fulfilling your purpose. Fulfilling your purpose. That feeling where you can go to bed at night and you can, look back on the last 30 days and say, oh my God, I am doing what I'm best at. I am doing what I love. So all of that, having the option to choose if you want to live in black and white versus living in color. So all of that message that I was getting on Sunday at church was completely relating to what I have coming up next week. Because when I looked back and I did a little bit of market research for you guys, I asked in this group, I asked in a bunch of other Facebook groups to network marketing women, what is one of the biggest challenges you face in your business as related to social media? So what fear do you have that relates to social media? What struggle in business do you have? And the struggles were things like attracting business builders. One of the other struggles was that they felt like they were letting their downline down, so that they weren't being a strong enough leader. The other struggle that they said was a lack of sales and a lack of hitting their goals. So those were some of the business challenges that they had. And then when I asked them, what social media channel are you most interested in using and do you want to use, but you might have a fear or something holding you back, the resounding answer was Facebook Live. And it was the number one thing that they were afraid to do. And it was the number one thing that they were turning around and running from, which I can totally relate. And so what I decided would be really fun and would help a lot of people overcome this challenge and to figure out how to use this amazing tool to make money for your business and find business builders and get the confidence and leadership skills so that you show up and you're able to have an incredible downline who uses you and can learn from you, was to put together a 5-day Facebook challenge. And in that 5-day, I hope to bring you from a place of should I to a place of how do I. So this is just, I know it's going to be backwards, I think. So this is basically a decision matrix, right? It's an upside down T. You're hanging out over here in the should I take this business jump and do this to move my business forward. So should I do Facebook Live? And you've probably been thinking about this and you might have done it once and it was so scary that you just turned around and came back. And then you went back up. You're going to a life of color, but then you turn around and come back. And so this is kind of just the life of human beings, right? I call this place my Netflix and chill location, because when things freak me out and I get super scared, instead of taking action, I retreat and hide. And no better place to hide than on the couch binge watching on Netflix. So this is kind of where you don't want to be. But what I hope to do is through this 5-day Facebook challenge is take you up and have you cross the line. Because when you cross the line into this world of how will I, so if you learn the steps to do Facebook Live, what that's going to do is it's going to catapult you over here and give you momentum so that you can finish strong in having a solid decision and making your business move forward. So there's my lesson. I just retaught the sermon. You didn't need to go to church. That was it in 3 minutes. So here's the details. We're starting on Monday. It is really straightforward. There's going to be a sign up, email sign up below. Even if you're on my newsletter email, get on this one because it's different. This is actually where we're going to have the challenge. And so I'm going to be emailing you this week with some details about getting prepped and getting ready. And then on Monday, you'll get an email from me and I'm going to be going live for just a few minutes in the morning. And I'll give you an assignment. That assignment will be pretty straightforward. They can go from anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, depending upon how much brainstorming you want to give it. And then there is a challenge. And this is the fun part. This is where you are going to be challenged to go live inside the Passion Pusher group. So what's cool about that is that we're a small group of women in your exact same niche. We are super supportive. We care about you. We are going to be cheering you on the whole time. So you have absolutely nothing to be afraid of. I went live for the first time in a Facebook group similar to this situation. It was super helpful. It just took a lot of the nerve away from me. And so I didn't feel like I was going live on my Facebook page in front of everybody I went to high school with. Instead, it was in this small group. So each day I'll come on and I'll tell you what the challenge is, and then you'll have all day to complete the challenge. It's going to start out with just a 3-minute live video, and by the end, you're going to be teaching us things that I never knew even existed. And so I'll walk you through, we'll build up each day, and at the end, you're going to give an awesome live video in our group that you can then take and go do on your own page. So anyway, I am super excited. If you have a downline or even an upline or friends who you think or who you've talked to are struggling with showing up on live and not knowing what to say, not knowing what topic to discuss, not knowing what call to action to have at the end of the video, like all of those things, if you learn those things and you apply them in this 5-day challenge, you are going to, you're there. You will have the confidence to be able to go live on your personal page. So if you have anybody who could benefit from this, tag them below and we'll get them into the group, and then they can just sign up on the email link to join the challenge as well. So anyway, I am glad that you were here with me at 9:40. Hi, you guys. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for being here. I'm sorry it's late, and thank you for watching, and I'm looking forward to the challenge. It starts next Monday. Make sure to join in the link below, and we'll talk soon. Have a good night.